Come and sit down. My puppy's going to join us. Apologize if you hear their little tappings on the floor around. I like having my puppies around me. You do use. Good boy. So, welcome. This is so awesome to be facilitating this challenge. Everywhere I look, I'm noticing people that are actually participating in the challenge, and yet they don't even realize that they are, so it's totally awesome in that space. It's just beautiful how the universe is working out for everybody in this moment. And so, gosh, what do I have to say about that? I mean, the first 3 days have been really amazing. If you can't tell, this happiness challenge is not your normal happiness challenge. This is one that goes deep within your core to really reset and align ourselves to expand beyond any story that we think that we have of us. So, a lot of times our lives are meant for so much more than where we are or where we even think we're supposed to go, especially once we get into our authentic being and we actually start feeling like we are part of the world around us, that we are happy, that we are included in all of these things, that we are creative and joyous. When we get to that space, the bounds of what we bring into this world are limitless, only compared to what our confidence and our imagination can bring, right? And even if we step outside of that limited container, because it is built within a psyche, our own psyche, that is built of programming from our entire life, from influences of our society and all these other areas. And when we step outside of limitations into the quantum realm of possibility, it is so amazing what happens. We just things fall into your lap. And so, as we're going through this challenge, you are still welcome to participate if you haven't gone to or started to yet. Just go back to the other videos and go through those, okay? This means that you're meant to do that at this point. If you feel like you need to revisit one of the previous days, do that too, because maybe you're oscillating within this week or this month between some of these practices, okay? Right now, if you couldn't tell yet, the other three are all gearing you up to have a good foundation, an ethical foundation of how transformation and change happens. I'm not going to ask you to do something that you're not ready for, okay? I'm not going to provide a miracle cure for anything of that nature, like a quick and easy fix. That's not what we're doing. We are doing actual change, actual in the cellular level, in the psyche level, in the soul level change for this challenge, okay? And so I've done recaps of the other ones prior, and now we're going to do the recap from yesterday. And it was a little bit bigger, right? To be the call yesterday was to be with your emotions and to see how they unfold, right? So to hold container for that and see how it modifies you or what you may want to do. And then of course, to participate in this challenge, all you have to do is just post about your experience and just keep your momentum going forward, keep your involvement moving forward. In order to do that, just put in 90-day happiness challenge as like a hashtag. You can also tag me in there, Matthew Embry McLean, the Shamanic Happiness Coach. That way I can find you super easy, and every 30 days I'm giving away a prize. I announced the first one yesterday, and that's a free session with me of your choice. So it's coaching, shamanic, or Reiki session. There's other various forms. We can mix those up too, so it's totally up to you. But the biggest thing is you participating every day and marking something for each day. Doesn't mean you have to post everything every day, but I need to be able to track that you have participated at least for every challenge, okay, for every day. So if you're not caught up yet, get caught up and post. And the idea behind the posting is to spread this transformation everywhere. We might be in the space of feeling that what I do in my life doesn't matter, and that is completely not true. What you do completely matters, and so the ask is to get you involved, to get you into the space where, oh wow, maybe I am actually a role model to somebody that I don't know, and what in my experiences have so much merit, and when people read about those, they are filled with gratitude or expansion. So just like they may not have to participate in this 90-day challenge, but you are being a vector for their healing as well. So however you're showing up is beautiful, okay? Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So recap, what I was seeing yesterday. So beautiful to be knowing of how we show up in the world based on what scenarios we get. The election, of course, was an amazing indicator of that. What happens when you're under stress? What do you do? What kind of things do you fall back on? And so in that space, we got a lot of practice to do that. And all I asked was just to hold space for it, just to witness, okay? And you can continue to react from that space or not. But we're really just creating, what does this look like for me when X, Y, and Z happens, so that I know what I do. Okay, being aware of what's going on with your entire existence is very important, so that we can keep track of where we are and where we're going, right? So, or what we know will show up in the future. Because if you have one reaction to something that's stressful in this scenario, you're going to have that again. And is that reaction beneficial for you? And so that's, again, going toward happiness of your reactions and helping you in this world. So the story that I was just so impressed by, this individual had an interview, so to speak, and they were offered kind of a part-time position. And usually what their normal interaction was to tell them what they don't want. And so that was a reaction from this situation, okay, and just this interview part. So how do you show up in interviews, right? Do you actually say what you want rather than versus what you don't want? So one of the rules of thumb, we'll practice this a little bit later, of course, is that the universe will show you, God will show you, the world will show you exactly what you're trying to manifest. And if you are wanting excuses to say what you don't want, then the universe will give those to you, right? They will just give them to you. So the universe is giving to you what you are wanting, and so, or what you're wanting to engage in. And if it's the fact that you want to talk about what you don't want, then there's a place to do that, and you will continuously be able to do that. But if you start talking about what you do want, it shifts that scenario, and the universe goes, "Oh, I get it. Let me move you into this space, because now you're talking about what you want, and I want to give you the ability to get that, and I want to align those people to you that are going to get that for you." Okay, so because eventually, when you say, "I've gotten what I want," you don't talk about that anymore. You've gotten it, right? You've achieved it. When you always talk about what you don't want, you continuously attract those situations into your life, so you can say that I don't want this, which on some level is okay to do, right? If we're exploring and whatnot, but it's super powerful to own what we're doing and to own how we're interacting, how we're asking the world to show up for us. So super powerful. And today now, day 4, we are going to go ahead and do our first big activity, so to speak. And I've got full support for everybody. This is going to take, this video is not going to be the video in which we do the practice. Maybe you already have a practice of your own, and I'll get to that in just a second. But later on tonight at 6 p.m., from 6 to about 7, we're probably going to cut it a little bit early because it won't take that long. Super easy to do. We're going to do a loving kindness meditation together. Okay, it's on Zoom. You can find it. The links are in the description here. It's through Good Elephant. If you're unfamiliar with them, you can go online and search those guys up and sign up. And it's a prana pay wellness space, basically, where people will offer yoga, meditation, to Tai Chi, or whatever it may be, and you pay what you can. Okay, it's a pay what you can, a prana pay based system. So tonight's meditation is prana pay of $10 if you're capable of that, or you want to sponsor somebody else, you can do that as well. And if you can't do that, I still want you to show up if you have those butterflies in your belly that tell you to show up. So you have the option to also try it for free. Okay, whatever is calling to you in the moment, just follow that. The biggest thing though is to show up for this, because what we are doing is practicing generating emotions on purpose. So a lot of us may be governed by our emotions and think that the ability that we have to navigate our world is constrained in a certain way. And some of us are totally emotion reactive. And so my life is dictated by how I feel in this moment. And I'm not in control of that because of the outside world. And that's one mind frame that you can have. And does that have merit for you? That's the question that I would ask. In this space of choosing our path and choosing our happiness, the general answer is no. It doesn't hold a lot of merit for you. It has a lot of teaching in there for us, yes, but future merit maybe not. And so as we choose to generate emotions, we get to choose how we show up, even if it's a regulation that is very dysregulating, okay, very, very dysregulating. We can still show up into that space with a certain emotional mindset because we've chosen to do so, and we've chosen to generate that. So what we're going to do tonight is go through and how to generate a loving kindness emotion. A lot of this is going to be for anybody who's just got the feels right now, and you've been run through the ringer of stimulation from the election or whatnot. I've heard a lot of people just say that they're super stressed, they're overstimulated, I've got a panic attack, all these other things. And that is a lot of those things, yes, they're presented to us, and we get to feel and be in those situations, but we also choose how we can surround the container that we're experiencing or modify it. So we're going to be doing a loving kindness meditation. You can also choose some on YouTube or whatnot, but it's really nice to be in the group, and I teach them a little bit differently. What else can I say about now? I was going to get to the card. I drew another card for us today, and this one is from this amazing deck. There's the box here for it. It's the Oracle of the Seven Energies by Colette Baron Reed. Here's the box. I think that's perfect. Maybe, we'll see. It might be a little shiny. Too bad. And that one's amazing. I drew for us Opening to Discovery, and this is 34. It's super hard to see in some cases, but it's a giant keyhole, like a quantum keyhole into another time and space, and you can see stars around and a key below it. But yeah, you can see this beautiful space. I think that that's going to focus on you. I hope it does. You might be able to just look this up online as well. Okay, this is number 34 from the Oracle of the Seven Energies deck. And the amazing part about this card that I love is that it totally fits in for today. It asks you to be in the discovery and the willingness to get information that is beyond your current perception. Okay, we all have these kind of blinders to our situations, and especially when you're in it, you may not realize that you're feeling it or that you're in it. So it takes an outside source to be able to alleviate that confusion, so to speak. And so what this card is asking for us to do is to be in the space of receptivity. For maybe there's things around me that are good for me that I don't know, that I'm not even aware of. And one of the things we're doing today is learning how to regulate and generate our own emotions. So this type of practice is super good for anybody who's got any emotional dysregulation going on, whether that be anxiety, depression, PTSD, et cetera, et cetera. This is also just good for anybody who wants to be in a manifestation mode too. We're going to practice generating the highest frequency of emotion that we possibly can. And specifically, we're going to we are going to be in the space of helping everyone around us also elevate their emotion too, regardless if we actually know who they are. Yes, so the collective consciousness is something that we can all utilize, and it has to do a lot with the law of attraction. So, again, tonight at 6 p.m., we're going to do that, and please sign in through the Good Elephant app. What else can I say with that? If you have any questions, of course, reach out to me. If you do need support in any way, reach out to me as well. My information is on the Facebook page, Matthew Embry McLean Shamanic Happiness Coach. You can also go to my website, the Perfectly Imperfect website that is constantly changing, shamanichappinesscoach.com. You can email me at Matthew at shamanichappinesscoach.com. Excuse me. And if there's something you're confused about or you need help with, I'm here for you, okay? So in the space of after this meditation, I will announce that there's going to be a podcast on the Spiritual Academy. I think it's going to stream to Facebook page or just their YouTube page, which is perfect as well. But the Spiritual Alchemy Academy, I believe it is, Spiritual Alchemy, with Julianne Guthrie, I believe is her last name. I always butcher names. I'm sorry. It's very difficult for me to sometimes stay in this 3D body, right? names. So we're going to be on there, and I've already shared it on my page a couple times, so you'll probably see that. But if you would like to join in and just watch that, we're going to talk about cacao. Me and one of my sisters, beloved sisters, Michelle, we're going to talk about cacao and what it is, how to utilize it and whatnot, which is perfect for aligning today, because today is all about generating emotions and heartfelt emotions and raising our frequency so that we can feel what it's like. So cacao is one of those things that you can utilize, okay? I'm not going to give any information away in that space. I will let you tune into that broadcast so that you can learn about it in that space. The homework for today, basically, is going to they grabbed them all and they were like, very angry about this. And obviously, their emotions are valid. They're showing their frustration. They're doing, what they're meant to do in this moment. And they're being governed by their emotional state. So that's very powerful to know that they're being governed by their emotional state, because they spent XYZ number of minutes in the state that probably didn't have a lot of merit for their entire life, right? For the big outlook of their life. And they were caught up in something, and they probably dedicate, let's say, 2 to 3 hours of their day, maybe even 4 or 5, who knows what it actually is, but in this space it probably took them about 10 to 20 minutes to cycle through the actions with these emotions of anger and removing these political signs. And how much are they investing in doing that in other places, right? So they're spending their own valuable time going outside of the space where they're being governed by their emotions. And the reason why I bring this up is because obviously 1 or 2 signs is not going to change anybody's mind. It's not really going to matter too much. The main thing is that this person felt hurt probably and attacked, right? And if they're going to go ahead and let that move through them, how can we be beneficial in that? How can we be positive and change this experience for the better? And one way to do that is to flip the script and generate these loving kindness emotions so that we can actually, instead of allowing, I haven't brought in the term shadow yet, but allowing our shadow to dictate our actions into the world, and so that's spreading a lower vibration into the world. But if we become fully conscious and choose not to do that, then it's completely within our power to rededicate that half an hour, that hour, those 3 hours of our life to doing something different, to doing something that's a little bit more merit-filled for us, to changing our entire outlook perhaps for the better. So the assignment again is to generate loving kindness or another emotion that is of a higher frequency. Loving kindness is super easy to generate. There's also courage, joy, excitement. All these other things are a little bit more subtle and perhaps fleeting. Loving kindness is one that we can hold on to a bit longer. So that's a very positive one. So that one, generate that. I am here for you if you need it at 6 p.m. This is 6 p.m. In Reno, Nevada, so Western time. You can adjust it accordingly to wherever you are. But yes, I'm here for you if you need help in doing so, in full guidance, within a Zoom container, a very private Zoom container, okay? Totally here for you. So join us there if that's something that's good for you, if that's aligning with you. Call your friends, your family, whoever might be affected, and just have a down time. They don't even have to participate in this 90-day challenge, but chances are they're going to be like, oh, what is this? How is this changing us? And this is that would be a perfect invite for them to join us and catch up. So I think that's everything for today. Covered that, covered the stories. We did our card pull, so we're all set. So go ahead and make your posts. I am looking for them. If you need to reach out to me, again, please do that. Oh, this is so exciting. Day 4, we're getting into the nitty-gritties. You can just feel the energies of our foundations moving, and it's propelling us forward. So it's beautiful, beautiful. So anyways, for everybody out there, thank you so much for participating. Share and send this everywhere. Tag people. Get it out there, because the idea, again, is to change our state of being so that we have a happier and healthier world for us and for the people around us. Okay? So, with light and love, I say namaste. Thank you so much, and I will namaste you later. Yay! Thank you. Doo-doo.